èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ o. Ohun ẹ̀rí ẹ fèṣù o, èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ o. Ohun ẹ̀rí ẹ fèṣù o, èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ, ikú gbá ò lọ, àjogúnbí gbá ò lọ. Ohun ẹ̀rí ẹ fèṣù o, èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ o. Ohun ẹ̀rí ẹ fèṣù o, èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ, ikú gbá ò lọ, àjogúnbí gbá ò lọ. Bíntílẹ̀ fèṣù ó ti tó, ńlá lẹ̀ fèṣù ó ti tó, èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ o. Ohun ẹ̀rí ẹ fèṣù o, èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ o. Ohun ẹ̀rí ẹ fèṣù o, èṣù gbá ò lọ ẹ̀gbà gbá ò lọ, ikú gbá ò lọ, àjogúnbí gbá ò lọ. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Iyanifa Hayedun, also known as Miss Honeydrop. How are you doing? Like really, how are you doing? I hope this meets you well. Right, I'm going to be talking about the Irumole Esu. We have been doing campaign of Esu Is Not Satan within the Sheshe community for a couple of years now. And in my own way, I'll try to differentiate Esu and Satan and, where the whole mix-up came from. You know the drill. Follow me on all my social media. What are you waiting for? You need to subscribe to my channel so that you are updated, especially for those who are new. Don't just watch one video and move off, because there are loads of things you can actually learn. All those resources are provided so we can learn from it, unlearn the misconception, unlearn the lies we've been told. So you know what to do. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Yeah, just look for Yanifa Yedu. Yeah, right. Esu. Honestly, Ajayi Crowder did us dirty because it's the cause of this whole mix-up between Esu and Satan. But I'll try to be the devil's advocate. Okay, you heard that right. Anyway, what is the difference between Esu and Satan? To start with, Lucifer, Satan, Baphomet, and devil, they're not quite the same, in as much as Christians do a terrible job of combining all of them together as one. So I'll try and describe them from the astrological and the Kabbalistic sense of who they are. As you know, I'm a Kabbalist as much as I am into Isheshe. So, Lucifer is the morning star. Lucifer is the light bringer. I'm not even going to go into all that story about how Lucifer came to be. The point is, Lucifer is the morning star, is the light bringer, is illuminated. He illuminates. He's clever, he's bright, he's bright light. When he's invoked, it comes in a translucent apparition. Some would give you some very horrid image. I don't know where that comes from, but one thing about entities is they come to you in what you assume them to be, except on cases where your mind is really open to receiving them how they really are. They can come to you in any form, by the way. That's besides the point. All entities have the grace and the ability to shift. Right. Satan, also known as Shaitan by the Muslims, I believe I'm saying it properly, Shaitani, Shaitan, yeah, is astrologically Saturn. What does Saturn do? Saturn brings challenges. Saturn makes you work twice as hard for that thing. where it seems like other people are getting like easy or free pass, Saturn makes you work for it. And quite frankly, in as much as it's a real pain in the ass, looking back, sometimes you really come to appreciate that it makes you work for it. I'll know because Saturn rules my my zodiac sign. It's a nightmare, real pain in my ass. I'm scared. Anyway, I'm upset with you. I'm upset with you, Saturn. I digress. Baphomet is the god of crops and cattle. In all over the world where you see Baphomet's description, is known to be a symbol of balance in all occult and mystics. Wherever you find him, in every occultic tradition and mystical belief, he is known to bring balance. In his picture, in his drawing, you see him with the head of a is it goat or it's got a horn, just like the one in the devil card. He's got the body of a human. Actually, it's interesting, I've got the devil card right beside me. So kind of like that. That's what Baphomet looks like. You see him with the hand. It's not properly drawn here. But in the real picture of Baphomet, his hand is like as such. As above, so below, as below, so above. That is what that means. He has a light. He has other symbol. I think he's got a moon or some, like a crescent moon somewhere in the drawing. Anyway, the point is, his energy brings balance. When you work with Baphomet, and maybe, for instance, you were to meditate on him, it will help you unravel things that are hidden. It will bring to the surface the disgustingness of the very person you are and makes you deal with it. It makes you deal with that ugly side of you that you want to leave buried. These are all the other attributes that I've come to know of him by working with him. Esu, on the other hand, is an Irumole in the Yoruba pantheon. He is one of the first set of Irumoles that came to the earth plane during the creation story. His role is to carry Ebo from this earth realm plane to the other side. That's his role. He works between two realms, many realms actually. He walks through the underworld and so on and so forth. Esu's energy works with trickery and confusion, which can be good and for bad sometimes. What do I mean? Esu can use confusion in your favor, in the sense of you would create chaos that ends up saving you. At the same time, it can create chaos that ends up messing you up. So it can go both ways. It's not just, Esu causes confusion, is known for tricks, and that's all about it. He's a bad boy. Bad boy. No, not like that. Esu is not good, is not bad, is the energy of balance, just like Baphomet. He is balanced. What you give is what you get, basically. But I can tell you for sure, Esu is a real G. And I mean it. She's a real G in the sense of when you're loyal to him, he's going to be loyal to you. Esu is one of the Orishas that is easy to win his loyalty by your devotion, your dedication, your commitment to the journey, your offering to him. Binti le feshu, otito. Nla le feshu, otelorun. Esu doesn't necessarily need something big. There are times where it would, it would ask for a specific thing, but other cases, You give him something small, he appreciates it. You give him something big, he loves it. But basically, he will stretch as far as you stretch for him. If you're ready to cross the oceans, it's ready to cross the oceans with you. Even will go down the sea for you. That's the kind of person he is. He is loyal to a fault. He is very loyal. Like when you do things appropriately. You know, his loyalty is talked about in the old Ifas with where he went into the ground when his friend Orunmila was said to have passed, and you know, you know, let me say it in English. The story is that you act as though you are dead just to see those who are going to show remorse or feel the pain of your demise. For some weird reason, I can't find the right words to describe it, but you get the point. And he was loyal to Orunmila. I think maybe because that's not the story. I'm trying to stick to what I'm really trying to talk about, so I don't want to forget. Yeah, let's leave that. That's not why I'm here. But anyway, he's a loyal person. He's a loyal Irumole, I meant to say, not person as per human being. No. Esu is like the law enforcement amongst the Orishas. It stands for justice. It fights people's cause. You know, Esu doesn't really take sides. Esu would assess the matter and see who is really at fault. A lot of people believe that, first to report is who Esu stands by. That is true, but also not true. If you were to report me to Esu and you lied and gave Esu something you're not supposed to give him, lying with my name that I gave him, if I'm clever enough to also give Esu offering, his role is to investigate and weigh it out and say, okay, you lied, so I'm going to deal with you for lying against this person. I'm trying to use layman terms so that you can understand how it works. Or Esu is the kind of person that you've been giving offering to and someone comes to lie against you. He will warn you of what is coming. And if you need him to step in for you, then you do the needful. So those are kind of like the way it works. You know, you can have him as a friend. But Esu is a very funny person in the sense of even when he's trying to help you, he can kind of create a bit of a chaos for you that turns out to be a blessing in the end. But at the time it's happening, it might seem like, oh my God, wow, what is going on? How did I get myself here? So he is a very funny Orisha, but I like him. Esu Ilu is known as the Ola Ilu. You know, it brings value, some sort of essence to the town, the society, the Yoruba community. You know, he has a major role. Esu is not the kind of Orisha that you bypass. You can't do any ebo without giving Esu something. You have to. All the Orishas, when you're doing the ebo, you give Esu something and then you give the Orishas what they've asked for. Because most cases, if not all, Esu is still the one that will collect it, except during the recitation of the Odu, it's been already specified that you should take it to the river, you should take it to Inugbo, take it to Idiroko, take it to Orita Meta. I mean, if you're taking it to Orita Meta, technically you're taking it to Esu, because he sits at the T-junction. He's not the only Orisha that uses the T-junction. At the T-junction, you would find Egbe, you find Awon Yami, you find Kori, Yalode, and so on and so forth. So they kind of all interchangeably use the Orita Meta, but they also have Orita Mefa, Orita Rishi. not just Orita Meta. But I digress. In the Odu Ejogbe, I'm going to talk about a little about how Esu is a very valuable Orisha that you cannot leave behind, and how is referred to as Agba Orisha in this particular scenario. He is not childlike, as people usually describe him, that he has childlike innocence, he's playful. He actually is very playful. He's tricky. He's an interesting deity. Eshu, you can't win with him. You think, oh, I know him, and then he will do something that you're flabbergasted. Oh my God, what was that? You're literally confused. But that's who he is. That's his expertise. That's his forte. That's the essence of his being. Ejogbeni, in the Odu, he says, mo ṣíjú wapá mi ọ̀tún, ìgbà koríko wé mi lọ́wọ́ ìwẹ́rẹ́. Mo ṣíjú wapá mi òsì, ìgbà koríko wé mi lẹ́sẹ̀ ìwẹ̀rẹ̀. Èmi ò mọ̀nà tá fi bọ́mọ oríwọ sì délé. Adífá fún ọ̀kànlégbà arúmọlẹ̀, wọ́n lọ bólókun sàn ní Adépẹ̀ṣán ọdún. Adífá fún èṣù ọ̀dàrà, wọ́n lọ bólókun sàn ní Adépẹ̀ṣán ọdún. Ẹbọ lawó ní kó ṣe. Èṣù nìkan ní gbẹ́bọ ńbẹ̀ ní rúbọ. Èṣù gbéwájú o kó mọ́mọ́ gbẹ̀yìn. Olórí ogun kì í gbẹ̀yìn. Kékeré àjàgbó ará lóde. Èṣù ọ̀dàrà kì í kẹ́yìn awo. This talks about how they were on their way. They were invited by Olokun Senede to come and celebrate. Olokun had an event, an anniversary to do. And Eshu and the other Orishas, / Irumolas, were invited. And during the preparation, for some reason, they left Eshu behind. And Eshu felt slighted, like, how dare you? You left me behind? Okay, I'm going to show you. And what he did is, his energy works with path, like, the pathway that people walk in. It's not like paved road that we have in modern day. It's path that people walk, or you have your horses or camel, basically pathways in the bush. And it created confusion on the way, and they didn't know which way led to where they were going. So basically, they didn't get to the place. Only Eshu and Orunmila made it to the event. The other Orishas were lost in the bush because they didn't know how to get there. Or not to Darumology. The whole thing got messed up, mixed up, confused. They didn't know if to go to the left or to the right. Are we going straight? Oh my God, where do we go? So basically, they were confused. There was confusion. So he created that, and they couldn't get there. So that's one Odu that talks about how Eshu can be interestingly naughty, and but he's a wonderful Irumole Agba Orisha that I revere so much. Babami Le. A lot of people are scared of Eshu because it's described as some sort of demon or dark force. I keep saying one thing. Demons are neither good or bad. They're just being. They can be good, they can be bad. Angels are as nasty. Excuse my French. Angels can be nasty fuckers when they want to be. And demons can be saints when they choose to be. And they can be so unruly. You don't get to decide how a spirit, an entity, Orisha, Irumole, whatever you want to call it, how they respond, react, behave per time. No one has control over that. They all have their personality. They're not good, they're not bad. but they have good and bad in them. That is what balances them. Just like how we humans have our flaws, our frailties, we have our mess up, we have our good side, our strength, our weaknesses. What makes us us? That's just, we need to get this whole idea of one Orisha is a saint and that one is just evil. No, that's not how it works. Obatala, that a lot of people will see as Obatala, Obatasa. Obatakun takun lode ìrànjẹ́ àmọ̀mọ̀ tí mo rí. Is saint, is purity. Oh, white. You do know that there are loads of evil people that wear white all day long. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not so fussed about wearing white in as much as I should, ideally. But dot. I'll leave that alone. Anyway, how many types of Eshu are there? There's something called Olu. Olu is the path. That's why when people initiate into any Orisha, you have to go and collect what your Olu from the Yalo Orisha or Babalo Orisha that initiated you. There's a way and process in which they do that. Eshu. There are 7 Eshu. There is Eshu Odara, Eshu Olalu, Eshu Elegbara, that the people in the Caribbean also call Elegua, Elegbara, Langpe. Eshu Ebita, Eshu Ogo, Eshu Alaje, Eshu Ogiri Oko. I believe I've mentioned all those issues. And then there is Iworoko, the female version of Eshu. Sorry, the mother of Eshu. And then there is Agberu, the female version of Eshu. I don't know what going to my throat is. I don't know, never mind. I'll be alright. So those are the types of Eshu that there are. We need to understand that this deity should not be compared to each other at any point in time, in as much as people like to do this comparison. Ajayi Crowther is the one that made this mess of saying Eshu is Satan when he was translating the English Bible to Yoruba. They don't behave the same way. Even Lucifer and Satan, like I said before, they're not the same. Lucifer ranked just a little higher than Satan, even though they are part of the 4 kings, the 4 demon kings, the high ranking of the demons, but they are not still the same. Anyway, Eshu's color is black and red, as you can see. I'm wearing his beads to represent his vibe. During initiation, people get Eshu with us along their Ifa. So if you were to do your Itefa today, you will have Eshu with it. If they don't give you Eshu, it's not complete. So bear in mind that you should ask that, do I have my Eshu? And even for men, Odu. For women, Eshu and Ifa, definitely. That's what makes it a complete initiation to Itefa. You would always find them side by side. Their best friend carries on even into initiation. Anywho, I hope I've done my best to convince you and not confuse you that Eshu is not Satan. They're not the same. They might have tiny little similarities, but they're quite different entities. Just the same way people would think Eshu is Lakshmi from India, or she's Isis from Egypt. But no, they have very close similarity. Or even Azula Frida from Haiti, but they're not the same. They just are similar. I'm gonna put a stop to the video here, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful time, remain blessed, and look after yourself. Have a